So I've kind of been on a roll with these lately here on World of Geekdom, and if you're just joining me here, I have a lot of videos I've been putting out in the last few weeks that are called Speakdoms, which is basically just me talking about life and, you know, giving my perspective on things, true or false, just how I feel about things, and hopefully inspiring and helping people to overcome their problems, but also giving them a sense of reality. You know, I do these videos because they don't fit in with any other content. They're not really nerd content, so to speak. It's more so videos that are focused on just me talking about whatever's on my mind, and hopefully you'll get something from it. And I'm titling this video, You Are Better Than Me. And it's a kind of a weird title, right? But I'm going to explain what I mean by that. One thing that I've been saying for so long, for so long, is I believe, and if your beliefs don't match up to mine, that's okay. I believe that everybody gets put on earth for a reason. I do believe that. Now, this has nothing to do with religion necessarily or any of those spiritual beliefs. It's actually something that I truly believe is hardwired into our DNA scientifically. Now, you can say it's spiritual too. That's fine. But I feel like one thing about the world that I try to tell people all the time, is that you have to humanize the world and you have to humanize yourself, both in positive and negative. Now, I've personally been striving to become a better person, you know, as much as I can. And the truth be told, I've probably done more wrong than right during certain points of my life. I try to do right things. I end up doing wrong things sometimes, and then I feel bad about it. Rinse and repeat. That's life. So what I wanted to tell people, the message I want to convey in this video is, when I say you are better than me, I'm speaking on behalf of everybody who is a public figure, a semi-public figure, or anything like that. One thing you have to understand is that I've been very, very blessed to be where I'm at right now. Very blessed. I worked really, really hard for 3 years. I'm not going to diminish how much work I put into this, and I'm not going to take away from the pride of the work I've done to get to where I'm at. But understand that everybody out there, every person out there, you right now, you, yes, you, also have something you can offer to the world to make it a better and more positive place. And I've tried to really hammer this home with people, because I know if anybody knows about anxiety, depression, and fear, it's me. Because even though I kind of didn't realize the issues I had when I was in my 20s, you know, the older I get, the more it kind of manifests itself now. So some of you out there who are younger, you may not even realize that you have something wrong with you. You know, whether it be a short fuse or depression, anxiety, but I know a lot of people do. What I'm trying to tell you is I'm not going to, unfortunately, my words cannot be the cure for your anxiety and depression. As much as I wish they were, they can't be. What I can try to do, though, is try to get you refocused and get you to remember that you are here for a reason. You may not know what that reason is right now, but you're here for a reason. And just because I am good at what I do, just because I, over on Geekdom 101, am really good at talking about Dragon Ball and making videos about it, and over here on this channel, you know, I don't put as much work into this channel because this is more so just my thoughts channel. You know, it's more of a podcast type channel. You know, I have worked for it, but that doesn't mean that you don't have something equally as important or maybe even more important to give to the world. Everybody out there has a talent. Everybody out there has a skill. And if you don't have a skill, you can always acquire that skill by working. So, you know, working for it. So if you're out there and you really like playing piano and you want to be a professional pianist, not a professional pianist, that's a different industry, but you can work at that if you want. If you want to be a professional pianist, a piano player, and you can only play hot cross buns, you can learn to be better at it. Same thing with if you want to become a writer, a novelist. I know some people out there want to write novels. And nowadays, with the internet, it's actually easier to get your novel out there than it would have been 20 years ago. Way easier to get eyeballs on it. You can do that. And I want to encourage everybody, like, the reason why I'm calling this video You Are Better Than Me is because the truth is that you are. Everybody out there is better than me at something. I might be good at A, B, and C. But there are certain things that I will never be good at. That I don't have the talent or the patience or whatever to be good at. It's just, who I am. Now, again, I can always one day decide to learn. For example, I thought about taking boxing lessons this year. I never got around to it because I had too many things going on. But I wanted to learn how to box, and I never got around to it. I just never did it. One day I probably will. But if you're out there, please don't let this world, this society, this government, don't let them try to stop you from being who you want to be. Don't follow a path that they carve out for you. Don't do that. Instead, follow your own path. As long as you're smart about it and you don't step over people and you treat people with respect and you work hard, you can do what you want to do. Because everybody always is told when they're younger, you have to become a success. You have to start a family, get married, have a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. You don't have to do any of that if you don't want to. Or if you want to, you can do it. And I just want to make this video to kind of really hammer home that if you're out there right now and you're feeling like you're bummed out and depressed, there's something that you're good at. There is something that, not good, great. There's something you are great at. You were put here to do something. Maybe it's play the French horn like Sean Schemmel. Maybe you want to be an actor. Maybe you want to be a YouTuber. Maybe you want to do something. Here's the crazy thing. I'm going to hit you with something that will blow your mind right now. And some of you already know this, but this is for those who don't. It's not just that you're good at one thing. You're probably good at like 8, 9, 10 different things. There's probably several things in your life that you're good at, or great at. And here's the big secret of life is that I would say at least 30% of those things you can probably make money doing on a professional level and have a career. And I mean that. Like, I actually genuinely mean that. Think about the 10 things that you're good at. Like, what I want y'all to do right now, write down 10 things. Seriously, I want y'all to do this. Write down 10 things that you are good at. And if you can't think of 10, think of like 7 or 5. If some of you guys are younger, maybe you haven't found those skills yet, and that's fine. Think about 10 things. Write down 10 things you're good at. And I assure you that at least 30 to 40%, which means out of 10, 3 or 4, you can probably make money doing on a professional level and have a career out of it. And I say probably because I don't know everybody who's watching this video. I don't know exactly what you're good at, but you have to look at ways to develop yourself to eventually be someone. And I don't mean someone famous, because who cares about that, honestly. It's more about doing what you love without having to be stressing out over your life and hating your life. And, at the very least, when the walls come crashing down in your personal life, at least you have a career that you love, which is something that I know all too well, ladies and gentlemen. At least I love what I do, and that's all I have left at this point. You know what I mean? That's my driving, motivating factor to live, is how much I love what I do. And I know it sounds very cynical to say, but that's the position I'm in right now. I think if one day I have a kid, that'll change things. I don't have any children right now. I think if I have one, it'll probably change my mind completely, because then my entire life will be dedicated to that kid. But never, ever, 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 trust me on this one, ever pedestal anybody. There's a difference between respect and pedestaling. People ask me all the time, Geekdom, how can you interview all these people, all these, anime voice actors and not be nervous? Because I don't see them as superstars. Now, I respect them, don't get me wrong. I don't see them as anything being better than me. We're all equal here. They're good at what they do. I'm good at what I do. I'm not good at what they do, and they may or may not be good at what I do. I have no idea, but when you start seeing the world like this, that everybody's a person, they all have flaws, they all have issues, they all have skills and different skills than you start to respect people more, And once again, I've been disrespectful in the past to people, and I do feel bad about it, and I do regret it. I have so many regrets. I did a whole video on regrets, right? But at the end of the day, you have to look at that person next to you and say, you know what? That person is good at something that I could never be good at, or that person inspires me to be better so I can be as good as them or better than them, or at least as good as them in what I want to do. Whether it be play basketball, play football, run track, whatever you want to do that you enjoy doing, something that gets your endorphins and dopamine levels up, something that gets you excited, working out. Oh, I don't know if I'll ever be a bodybuilder. Sure you can. If you freaking work at it, you can. And I'm not talking about steroids. If you actually work at it, get the diet going and everything, of course you can do that. Yeah, like this is not some fortune cookie inspirational bullshit here. I'm hitting you with real shit. Because I think that the world tries to beat you down and pigeonhole you into doing one thing. Like, you have to do this. You have to work a 9 to 5. You have to wake up at 7 in the morning. What if you don't want to do that? What if you want to play football? What if you want to be Tom Brady? Now, I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. If you want to be a professional quarterback in the NFL, it's going to take talent and incredible amounts of practice. And the reality is a lot of people don't have that drive. You got to wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning to get to the gym. But you know what? That might not be you. That's definitely not me. I can't wake up at 4 in the morning and hit the gym that hard. In fact, I'm not good. I can't even throw a football. I could learn to do it, but it's not what my calling is. My calling, at least as of right now, is to do content, to talk about nerd stuff, to engage with you guys, to make videos. That's what I love to do. I genuinely love to do this. Genuinely love it. This is the first job in my life. Not the first. Let me take that back. It's not the first. The first job I ever had in my life that I truly loved was when I worked for the cable company installing internet, because I was so free. And that's why I love this job, because I'm free. I don't have to wake up and go to an office and work in a cubicle. Cubicles make me feel weird. Now, there's other people out there, some of you guys who want to be programmers, in which case you work in a cubicle, but hey, you might end up making 6 figures, brother. You might end up having a tremendous amount of health benefits, which I don't have. Like, you might have things, life has a funny way of balancing itself out. And yeah, sometimes it's not fair. And yeah, sometimes you get screwed over. I know about that. We all know about that. That's just how it is. But I truly believe that if there's something out there that you love, and let's be real, we're all complex people. There's not one thing that you love. You have to love several things out there. I know you like 2 or 3 different things. One of those things can probably be a career for you. I really feel that way. And I feel like people often let the world beat them down, and the world is gonna beat you down. Like, one thing that I've learned about life, as cynical as this may sound, I know it sounds negative, but hear me out, because I have a positive message at the end of it, is that life is filled with tragedy. Eventually your parents are gonna pass away. Before that, you might lose a pet or a grandparent. Eventually, you're gonna have a breakup happen. Bad things are gonna happen to you in life, dude. But at the very least, number one, they're coming, so you can prepare for it. You can prepare for the fact that there's going to be bad things happening to you. And number 2, you can still push yourself to getting to where you want to be. Why? Because you are better than me. I'm telling you, you're better than me at something. Several things, probably. There's probably about 25 things some of you do that are better than me. And I say that not for me. I mean, everyone. This is just an example here. I'm using myself as an example. You're better than your neighbor at something. You're better. So, knowing that, I think today is the day that you take life by the balls and say, you know what? I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to do some research. I'm going to figure out what I can do to make myself happy. Career-wise or whatever, situationally. If your goal is to buy a big TV, you can work at it. That's a whole different topic, though. You are special. Everybody on earth, and I really believe this, I swear to you, is gifted at something. You are special and unique. We are complex human beings. Are there worthless people out there? Yes, but a lot of times it's by choice. It's because life has beaten them down to where they just don't want to go on any further, and they end up, being sort of lazy and selfish. And those habits develop usually from bad stuff happening to you. I don't think anybody is born lazy or born selfish. Now, human beings are definitely born with a degree of selfishness. It's called survival value. We have survival value, but I think we're born genuinely, at least most of us, are born trying to be good people. And then what happens is that fear and that anxiety is what makes us get so defensive and be afraid of the world. I know, because I've been there. I'm still there today. I might not seem like it, but I do feel that way sometimes. I had an anxiety attack like 2 weeks ago. It happens. But you just can't let it beat you down. You just got to pick yourself up legit. Like Rocky said in Rocky Balboa, It's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how many times you can get hit and keep going. Because let me tell you something, you're going to get hit. But the point is, bottom line, please don't give up on yourself. I mean that. Don't give up on yourself. Because you offer something positive to the world. I know you do. And I want you to do it. And together we can actually improve everything. I really think we can, one person at a time. See you soon.